Fast 9 stars Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, Tyrese Gibson, and Ludacris once again, and tells the story of Cypher enlisting the help of Jacob, Dom's younger brother, to take revenge on Dom and his team. This is, by the way, Cooper. I'll have his channel linked down below. Subscribe. Definitely check his channel out. But he is more of a casual viewer. Yeah. I'm a more of a critical thinker kind of viewer. So he's going to give his casual thoughts, and I'll give my critical thoughts.
So basically, Fast 9 has okay, but it's like it didn't really pull up to its potential. It's like I'd say the original ones had like a lot more of the main story in it, but it's like as you know, as the movies gets like newer, it's like they kind of lose the plot of the movie. It's like it had a bunch of action in it, but it's like but the action made it hard to follow through with it.
I would say my favorite part about this movie is the action. It's incredibly over the top and really bonkers and wild, and they completely went for it. This movie is just absolutely crazy. I actually really enjoyed the first 30 minutes. This movie was off to a really good start. The movie opens with some backstory between Dom and his brother, who we just found out is Jacob. We've never heard of him before. This movie is basically like their kind of origin story. And it was cool to see where they all came from and what their family life was and how they became to have this divide between one another. I think that the movie started off really strong with that. The first 30 minutes were pretty strong, and I didn't really know why people were trashing on this movie that much. Then you get a little bit farther in, and the movie just starts to get kind of all over the place, and that's probably my biggest problem with the movie. It's very convoluted in the middle half of the movie. Everyone is split up literally all across the world, and our characters are split up. They're each doing their own little kind of side quests, doing the little things to contribute to the greater goal of the movie. They're all trying to defeat Jacob and Cypher, and this movie kind of lost me in the middle part of it. I think the movie just kind of got a little too over convoluted for its own good, and that's kind of where it lost me. What did you think about the middle half of the movie?
The middle half of the movie, it's like it was better when they it's like stick together as
like one big team.
Yeah.
I think this movie was edited a little bit odd, and you can tell that they messed with it a little bit in the editing room. I think that's kind of the biggest problem of this movie, is that it just feels a little too convoluted for its own good. And then there's the multiple times that I literally said WTF in the theater. I turned to him and I was like, what is this? Like, there were multiple times in the movie where characters, specifically Vin Diesel, who is pretty much Superman in this movie, flies out of windows, lands on cars, does backflips, does front flips, and then after he's chasing after Jacob, and it's kind of all over the place, and then Vin Diesel doesn't have a scratch on him at all. This guy goes through fire at one point. Nothing. What do you have any thoughts on Vin Diesel being Superman?
It's like, it was like honestly crazy. It's like, I was like, what the heck? In the middle of the movie. It's like again, to the action scenes. They were insane.
Yeah, they were the definition of batshit crazy. This movie definitely cranked it up a notch, which I can appreciate, but then it gets to be a little too much, and I think this movie could have been knocked down by 20, 30 minutes, and it would have been a good pace. I think there was too many characters. It seemed like they tried to make this the final movie in the franchise, which we all know there's going to be more movies. And they tried to have too many characters in this movie. The movie as a whole, all these characters didn't really work together, and it just got really way too convoluted. The other part about this movie is John Cena. I honestly don't really like him as an actor. I don't think he's the best actor, and I kind of just wish that he would stick to wrestling. But Hollywood really wants to cast him in movies, so he's in this movie, and he's one of my biggest flaws in the movie, he's just not that good of an actor. I just didn't really find him all that believable as Dom's brother. I mean, Vin Diesel, he's not the best actor, but then you have John Cena. You have two actors who are playing brothers, and it just they didn't really riff off of each other all that well. I just didn't find John Cena to be that good of an actor in this movie, and he just didn't really win me over. What did you think of John Cena?
It's like as Ben said, it's like he should stay to wrestling.
I think this movie had some really good parts about it. I think that the backstory between Dom and Jacob was probably the highlight of the movie. The action was crazy. It was nice to see everyone, though it kind of got to be a little too much, and I think this movie was just a little too convoluted for its own good. But if you put that aside, it's an enjoyable watch at the theater. It looks really nice on the big screen, and I had a good enough time with it. It's not my favorite Fast and the Furious movie, but it did what it was trying to do, so I can applaud it for that. I'm gonna give F9 a C.
I'd give it like a C plus. It was good, but it's like it wasn't bad either.
Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a like and subscribe, and make sure to turn the notification bell on to get notified whenever new videos like this go live. Like I said, Cooper's channel will be linked in the description. Definitely go check him out. He has a lot of gaming content. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you guys do want to check out more Fast and Furious reviews, I'll have a playlist linked right up above. Definitely check out more of those reviews. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. My name is Ben. People call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.